First things first, I want to start off. Last video, I got a tremendous amount of unexpected, totally unexpected love and support, and I didn't think I realized that my story could be inspirational. I didn't think so many people could relate with some of the thought processes I was having, or still am kind of having to this day. But it was incredible just to hear everybody telling me about how much they resonated with it. It reminds them about their own struggles and encourages them to really take what they're doing seriously. It encourages them to figure out what they want to do with their life, to reminder that everything happens for a reason. It was great. It was incredible. So I just like to thank everybody again, if I haven't thanked you enough. And we got all that out the way, into the actual video. So in the last video, I kind of talked about, in that little snippet at the end, where I was going through the different things when I was talking about how good and bad everything benefits you on the other side of things down the line. And I was talking about the things that have happened, from losing a little sister to having to go through depression to injuries year after year. I've had 4 concussions, injury at nationals, I couldn't play at finals when my team needed me, and we ended up losing the only national finals I've ever been to in my life. Feeling neglected by my teammates, I didn't really feel welcome. Anxiety, insecurity. And one of the things I talked about was my having to go through a phase of depression and anxiety. I don't really think I've talked about that really with anybody other than my parents. And a lot of people were DMing me asking for me to elaborate a little bit. And I also think it would help me too to kind of really be open about different things in this along this journey that I'm on, that you guys are, or some of you guys are sticking along with me for, following me on. Okay, without further ado, the clip you're about to watch is the aftermath of, I think, what I could call as one of the worst mental breakdowns one of the few mental breakdowns I've ever had in my life. Very few instances where I've had an incredible rush of several emotions at once. If you like, for the people that know me, you know that I'm a pretty chill, laid back guy, goofy all the time. And the few times where I'm actually upset, or my mind is held on something, I'm usually just quiet to myself. I don't say much, and that subconscious habit of just shutting down when something is wrong, I have to learn the hard way that is not the best thing to do all the time. Growing up, I kind of developed a kind of, when something is wrong, I don't eat, I don't talk to anybody, I don't really look at anybody. I'm just kind of down in my own world, or I don't even listen to music. I don't even listen to music because your boy don't got Spotify Premium, and it's like I'll be sad and then Playboy cards start playing. I'm like, dog, shut up. I don't know, man. I'm just in my own world, and those emotions just kind of sit inside and kind of bubble up and bubble up. And it scared me how big my dreams are, and it scared me that I wanted to do this so bad, and I was being pulled towards it, but like it was like I was being pulled into like a fog where I can't see anything. It's like I wanted to be involved in something that I had like I was not educated in at all. I felt really inadequate. I felt like silly, like childish, like foolish almost, that I would be thinking about this all the time, 24/7, and no progress was being made towards it. I was not working hard enough to be able to achieve that. It just stayed inside for years, and finally it all came erupting over. And I'm not going to show the full thing because I kind of talk about some personal stuff. I was still kind of like venting almost. So yeah. um I just had the biggest hold on. I just had the biggest meltdown of my life in front of my parents. Um, um, yeah, I feel empty, bro. Like all of that anger I was talking about, that just got let out. Like, I was just screaming, punching the ground in front of my parents. Just, I cried so hard, like I could barely breathe. I could, I could barely breathe. That's how hard I was crying. I was cursing. Shoot, man. Whew. If this bike will cooperate with me, chat, then I can get up to the freaking place. Um, I cried so hard my throat hurts. Like, whew, man. Like, it started off. I was just crying. I was just crying like this, and then I started talking, and then my knees just got weak, and I just dropped to my knees and put my head in my hands and started letting it all out. How I feel like a fraud very often, thinking I can be this big international soccer superstar, and but in reality I am here in Raleigh, North Carolina, just, you know, on a team with guys that are just treating it as a hobby, you know. So I think that I very much needed that. And I think that was the shifting of the tide, you know, in terms of my journey, or not my journey, my mentality. I'll put it like that. I didn't even have to stop and think about what I was gonna say. Like, in the midst of me, like, just bawling my eye, like, I literally just let it out as it came. Like I don't even remember 3/4 of what I said. It just came to me and I said it. I didn't, you know, it just kind of flew. But yeah, dude. Saying how I felt like a fraud, saying how I know I want to be this big famous person one day, but I'm self-aware that many times I, you know, don't do things that I know I should be doing to help me get to that point. You know, I have a somewhat lack of discipline. I have a lack of, you know, ambition, is how my coach would phrase it. But I but I can let all that go now. Bug. After what just happened, yeah, I can let all that go now, because I had to kind of sit with stuff on my heart for months now. I've shoved so much down, and I told them afterwards. They were asked, okay, well, how do you feel now? And I said, empty. I literally just sat there like it felt like there was no blood rushing through my body, no air going in and out of me. I feel like all the muscle in my body was just gone. I had zero tension. I just felt like a feather in the wind. Like, I think I just let go of a lot of fear, you know. La, 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 la. And I'm gonna move it back here. Is it recording? Bet. You know, I've always wanted to do this. Just sit out here and look at the sunset in my neighborhood, but I get caught up on social media or a YouTube video, or I get caught scrolling, or doing something else, or I just have practice and I'm not here during sunset, but I'll see it walking the dog out here. I'll see it coming home from an early practice, like 5:30, 5 o'clock. And I'm gonna miss this, man. And usually I would be absolutely against what I'm doing right now, and I would loathe anybody who does this on a regular basis. But with the current circumstances, I don't think it's too bad. The grass is wet too, by the way. But like I said, I just let a lot of emotion go. So the little bit of the bit of disgust that could have been in me, I don't think it's too important right now. And this person's gonna ride past me in their car and think I'm crazy. Yep, it was this Asian lady. She gave me the meanest side eye, like, ugh. Whose little kid is this, bro? No, I would too. I don't judge her. But I just cried a lot. Like, my mom and dad were giving me tissues that were just like white, like just holding my hand, or blow my nose or whatever, and I would just like throw it away. And my eyes were still closed as I was crying. Like, after I finished, I was just sitting there, and my eyes were so puffy that I couldn't even really see. I mean, I was done crying, but my eyes were just like puffy. I don't know if they're still puffy. I don't think they are. I don't think you can tell the difference. Plus, it's dark. But yeah, I really think I needed that. And I really think I can go about this thing a little bit easier, I can go about it easier, and I think I have a different mentality for things. It's like a let your worries go, let your fear go. Just go out there and enjoy it, man. And I think that's the message that God wanted to give me today. I'm just covering my right ear up. I'm gonna get out this freaking grass
I might just, kick around for a little bit before going inside because I was I was gonna work out. Or not even, well, yeah, I was gonna work out. That's why I was in the garage with my parents in the first place. But yeah, bro. I think I'm just gonna, enjoy enjoy the outdoors for the rest of the night. I'm staying off social media and TikTok and YouTube and all that good stuff. I'm gonna be out here for a little bit longer. Ugh. Then I'm gonna go inside, shower, change clothes, get something to eat, and then I'll, you know, turn on my current Netflix show that I'm binging at the moment and enjoy the rest of my evening. Bro. Yo. Ow. Shoot. But bro, so many things bit me while I was down up in that grass, dude. I don't think that was a good idea. You think, buddy? But yeah, man, I don't know. I just felt this was a good thing to talk about. And I don't have a following yet on YouTube, at least. But I hope that if you are seeing this, that you can, you know, relate to what I'm saying in some type of way.
I've never came to a point where I've just had such an immense, feeling of just just emptiness. Like like literally, like I say it like we say it metaphorically when we say that, like, the emotions were, like, pushed out of you, but it's quite physically, literally, like if chemicals in my body that like it felt like just acid or something. I don't know, that had just been sitting in my chest, just stinging, just burning me for like years, which is gone. I think in that moment I had an overwhelming, and you can kind of tell, I had an overwhelming sense of accountability and self awareness that I for sure pushed to the side for a while. That I didn't come to terms to. I didn't come to term with my flaws because I don't know why I didn't regard my flaws really. Or I think I do, but it's just kind of hard to put it into words. I think I just felt guilty, almost guilty, because I knew I had put myself in this situation. Not the whole not being where I want to. We're dealt a certain hand, and it's about what you do with it. And I didn't do what I needed to do with it, for sure. I wasn't dealt the best hand, but I could have done I could have worked it differently. And I knew that. I knew that. And it haunted me. It stung my soul. It was like I was waiting for someone to save me. And that is just not going to happen. And for the rare occasions that it does happen, when you get there, you're not going to be ready because you didn't have to work for it. It was given to you. And when it's given to you, you don't value it. You don't value the result. You don't value the fruit of your labor. There was no labor put into it. You didn't have to get the fruit. You didn't have to climb the damn tree to get the fruit. And that's where I think that level of humbleness comes from. In that, I was about to say, if I make it, no, I'm going to speak it. When I make it to where I want to make it to, and when I perform, when I need to perform, and when people are impressed by me and my efforts, and when people see the results, I'm not gonna get the big head because it's like I've I've been at an incredibly low point, you know. I I've seen what it's like, and I felt what it's like for your dreams not to come into not to prosper. I've felt what it's like to feel inadequate and to feel like I'm not enough, and like even if I were to try, my efforts would go unrewarded. I know what that's felt like. It's felt like that for years, every single day. And if it didn't feel like that on a certain day, it was because I was distracting myself from it, which just made it worse. I've had this is kind of, interesting to sit back in between points of me talking and just think to myself, like, I've never been able to put words to this before. And me sitting here talking to the camera, it's like I'm able to I'm able to articulate what I'm feeling a lot better. I'm talking about it as if I'm truly on the other side, as if I'm truly where I want to be. And I think that mentality shift, that mentality shift is what's gotten me to the point where I'm able to work so hard every single day. Able to do it when I'm butt tired, I'm exhausted. Go to practice even though I ran hard in the morning and didn't really eat breakfast because I had to shower and get to school on time. And do it when I wake up and it's 13, 14 degrees outside, can barely breathe, running in my neighborhood, when like I'm able to turn off social media and go to bed on time. But yeah, I gotta get ready for practice. Again, man, as always, if you're still here at the end of this, I don't even know how long video this is. I've been recording for a little over 50 minutes just yapping. As of recording this, it is January 22nd, I think, January 22nd. But I don't know when this is getting posted, but regardless, man, if you're still here watching, I really, really appreciate it. And I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day, a wonderful rest of your year. And I'll see y'all in the next video.